What's going on? Keep pounding, nation. Welcome back to another Carolina Panthers Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the 2. I am your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, Carolina Panthers made a few more moves today. Just wanted to give a quick update. So, let's jump right into it. So, first off, Carolina Panthers have decided to release running back Miles Sanders. So, there are only two seasons with the Carolina Panthers. They have released Miles Sanders, but doing this move clears $5.225 million of cap space. Sanders was scheduled to count $8,175,000 against the 2025 cap. So they say cutting him saved the team some dough. So apparently they made this decision to move on from him after they couldn't come to an agreement on a restructured deal. His original deal was a 4-year, $25.4 million contract. So, to be honest, the only other running backs on the roster after this move are Jonathan Brooks and Imani Bailey. So, and of course, Chuba Hubbard's the starter. And like I said, Raheem Blackshear's free agent. So in all honesty, it looks like Carolina might be looking to the draft or to free agency for another running back. Part of me entertained the idea of Najee Harris, but he just got picked up. So Najee Harris is off the table. As far as free agency for a running back, I mean, but let's take a quick look and kind of see who's available. I would consider the idea of perhaps a Jamal Williams who just recently got released. But maybe like a Jamal Williams. Not so fixed on Raheem Mostert. Maybe a Gus Edwards. Yeah. I would consider a Jamal Williams. I don't see why not. And I remember the dude was a beast, especially back when he was at the Lions. So I would consider a Jamal Williams if they want to go to free agency, that is. And they could draft a running back maybe in the later rounds. But like I said, I would really rather them go in on as much defense as possible in the draft. But they got to do what they got to do. I mean, getting another running back does make sense. Because I think they should have a nice 1-2 combo, including Chuba Hubbard. So, I think if they want to go to free agency, maybe get a running back on a 1-year deal and just hopefully afterwards, come next season, Jonathan Brooks will be good and ready. So, unless they want to draft a running back. That's my thoughts. But we'll see. We'll see what they decide to do there. Okay. So they let Johnny Hecker walk. So Johnny Hecker, I believe, ended up signing to the Titans. But Carolina did pick up a punter. A punter in the form of Sam Martin, who originally played for Buffalo. I don't really know much about him, but he's 35 years old, 6'1", 211 pounds. He played at App State. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, he played at App State. He was a 5th round pick in the 2013 draft. Oh, so he was actually drafted. Actually made the all-rookie team that year. Drafted to the Lions. So he's played with the Lions, Broncos, Bills, and now he's a Carolina Panther. 748 career punts, 34,586 punting yards, a 46.2 punting average. Longest punt was 72 yards, and he's punted the ball inside the 20 285 times. Huh. I see. Well, hope he does well. It was a 1-year, $3 million deal. So, and according to ESPN, it was talking about what this means and what's the risk, which I could go ahead and go through all of those as well. I think I should, actually. So yeah, that's Sam Martin. $3 million on a 1-year deal. Carolina's also sticking with offensive tackle Brady Christensen. He's going to get 1 year, $2.787 million. I think that's a good move. I like Brady Christensen. Really a pretty big depth piece for the O-line. And I can really appreciate Carolina doing their best to keep the O-line intact and strong. So, bringing back Brady Christensen for 1 more year, I like the move. I definitely like the move. So, we got that. But yeah, looking at what Carolina has done so far, their free agency tracker on ESPN. So, starting from the top of this. So we know the Panthers got a 3-year deal with defensive tackle Tershawn Wharton. So it says what it means. Wharton likely will fill the spot the Panthers tried to fill with Milton Williams before he agreed to terms with the Patriots. He should line up as a defensive end in Carolina's 3-4 scheme and play opposite of Pro Bowler Derek Brown, who we should be getting back. He is coming off a breakout year with 6.5 sacks, and at 26 gives Carolina another solid young talent that General Manager Dan Morgan is trying to build around for the long haul. What's the risk? He rated in the lower half of the league in run defense last season, and finding players to stop the run is a priority for the Panthers this offseason. He's still somewhat of a project with only 13 starts in 72 games, played in 5 seasons at Kansas City, where he was used more for depth. That's kind of a red flag because of how badly our run defense was last season. So, that might be something to keep note of, y'all. If he was rated in the lower half of the league in run defense, that could be a problem. That could be a problem. But we'll see. Excuse me. The re-signing of cornerback Mike Jackson, two-year, $14.5 million deal. What it means is the secondary is basically set, with Mike Jackson set to play opposite J.C. Horn, who signed a 4-year extension. Jackson led Carolina in pass deflections with 17 last season and saw 1,205 defensive snaps, second most in the league. He played well even though he got a lot more targets because Horn was on the other side. He brings some continuity to a defense that is being completely overhauled. What's the risk? Little at all. Jackson is well respected in the locker room and was a steal last season when brought in to replace the injured Dane Jackson, who ended up being released. I think that's a pretty on-point assessment. Speaking of which, next up, J.C. Horn, who got the 4-year extension, $100 million with $70 million guaranteed. He's now the highest paid defensive back in NFL history. What it means: the Panthers have one of their defensive foundation pieces locked up until 2029, and they got ahead of the market by signing Horn to the extension now instead of waiting for the market to go up. What's the risk? And this is an important one. Horn's injury history could persist. He played 15 games this past season, making enough of an impression to be selected to his first Pro Bowl. When healthy, he's one of the top corners in the league, but injuries limited Horn to 22 of 51 possible games the previous 3 seasons. That is a red flag. Main thing is he's got to stay healthy. When he's playing, he's great. So hopefully this 4-year, $100 million extension won't come back and bite the organization in the butt. So here's hoping. Okay. Next up, safety Trayvon Moehrig, who got a 3-year, $51 million deal with Carolina. What does it mean? Moehrig will place Xavier Woods, who was allowed to become a free agent. He should help a defense ranked last in the NFL against the run in 2024. He ranked second on the Raiders with 104 tackles last season to go with 5 tackles for a loss, a sack, and 2 interceptions. And he is only 25 years old. Woods will be 30 before the season and had a reputation for making illegal hits. Okay? What's the risk? He was considered one of the best free agent safeties, so no big risk for a player who made the defense younger. He has been durable, missing only 2 games in 4 seasons since being a second-round pick out of TCU. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. Next up, linebacker Patrick Jones II. 2-year, $20 million contract. What it means: Jones gives the Panthers a situational edge rusher to blend in with Jadeveon Clowney and DJ Wonnum, who we still have. He's explosive off the ball, something Carolina lacked last season. His 7 sacks in 2024 while making only 1 start was more than any Carolina rusher. That says something. because Clowney only had 5.5 sacks. Jones also had a career best 9 tackles for loss and 12 quarterback hits during his breakout season. At 26, he appears to be coming into his own. He could be a bargain when you consider top edge rusher Josh Sweat got a 4-year, $76.4 million deal with the Arizona Cardinals. What's the risk? Jones had only 1 sack in 2023 and 4 combined in his 2 seasons prior to that. So he's not a proven product. He could be more of a project than former Vikings outside linebacker DJ Wanham, who signed a 2-year deal with Carolina last year. Understandable. But hopefully he can break out again with Carolina. All right, defensive tackle Bobby Brown III. 3-year, $21 million contract. What it means, not a bad bounce back for Carolina after losing out on Eagles interior lineman Milton Williams early on the first day of free agency. Brown will be ideal as a nose tackle in defensive coordinator Ejiro Avero's 3-4 scheme. A 6'4", 328 pounds, he can clog up the middle and stop the run. A huge need for a unit that ranked last in the NFL in run defense in 2024. He started 29 games the past 2 seasons. At 24, he's a solid fit in Morgan's plan to build from the inside out with young, aggressive big bodies. What's the risk? He's not considered a big-time force inside as a pass rusher, but that's not what the Panthers got him for. They need a big body to stop the run and eat up blocks so their edge rushers can get to the quarterback. As long as Brown gets a big push inside and occupies space, then there's little risk here. I get the idea. Clog up that middle, clog up those lanes. So I get it. Makes sense. All right, Tommy Tremble. We got him on a 2-year, $10.5 million contract to stay in Carolina. What it means, continuity at the position and a veteran leader in the tight ends room to help bring along 2024 4th-round draft pick Jatavion Sanders. While it doesn't rule out drafting another tight end, it reduces the pressure to do so. And like I said, I think Jatavion showed some flashes last season. So I like Jatavion. What's the risk? That Tremble doesn't continue to develop as a receiving threat. He's had 23 catches in each of the past 2 seasons and only 85 catches for 9 touchdowns in 4 seasons. Otherwise, no real risk. So hopefully he can evolve more as a receiving threat, which Tommy Tremble has showed flashes himself. So here's hoping. Okay, Brady Christensen, like I said, brought him back 1 year, $2.787 million deal. What it means, the Panthers kept valuable depth behind the starting offensive line that returns fully intact. That's key, fully intact. Christensen has been an effective starter at tackle, guard, and center. His fully guaranteed deal gives Carolina the flexibility to move on from swing tackle Josh Nijman and save $3.66 million in cap space if the front office chooses to do so. 2 for 1? Why not? What's the risk? Not much at all. The feeling was Christensen would get a chance to start with another team and move on, so retaining him is almost a bonus. Like I said, excuse me. I like the move. Keeping him for another year. I like the move. All right, center Austin Corbett. Re-signed him to a 1-year deal. What it means, the Panthers are keeping intact the starting offensive line that reduced Bryce Young's sack total from 62 in 2023 to 29 last season. That's a big decrease. They also kept restricted free agent Cade Mays, who started 8 games after Corbett suffered a season-ending biceps injury in 2024. What's the risk? Corbett, who's 29 years old, has been limited to 9 starts the past 2 seasons due to injury. So that's a minor flag right there. So hopefully he can stay healthy this season. But he has recovered, so should be good to go. All right. And then punter Sam Martin, who we brought on 1 year, $3 million deal. What it means, the Panthers allowed Johnny Hekker to test the market, and he got a 1 year, fully guaranteed contract with the Titans. So Carolina turned to the 35-year-old Martin, who averaged 46.7 yards per punt last year, with 25 points inside the 20. It wouldn't be surprising if the organization brings in another punter for competition through the draft or free agency. What's the risk? Not much. Carolina replaced one veteran punter with another. Martin actually ranked ahead of Hekker in yards per punt last season, 46.7 to 45.7, and had one more punt down inside the 20. Okay, so I mean, not that bad of a replacement when you think about it, when they put it that way. So, hey, fine with me. But that's the breakdown. But yeah, we'll see how things continue to go for Carolina. Hopefully expect some more moves to be made, but we'll see. But that's all that I have. I'll share the links and such. But let me know y'all's thoughts on the moves made so far. How do y'all feel about punter Sam Martin? How do y'all feel about extending Brady Christensen? How do y'all feel about the fact that Carolina released Miles Sanders? Let me know your thoughts there. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And keep pounding. We're going to get through this no matter what. Keep pounding. Anyway, this has been another Carolina Panthers Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the 2. Once again, I'm your host, Blitzball Champ, Jason Ingram. Keep pounding. Hope everybody has a blessed day tomorrow, and I will see you on the next video and our live stream. Laters.